Welcome to States and Kingdoms. We have another vinyl pickup video for today. We've been buying records.
Not buying records.
Too many.
I got a big stack of records here that we bought over the last month. So let's get started. I'm excited about these. We got some really good ones.
We did. We found some great records.
Yeah. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. I love this album.
Yeah, this is a great album. I think we've talked about this before. I think that period between early Pink Floyd and before Dark Side of the Moon, right before Dark Side of the Moon,
it was
my favorite era for Pink Floyd.
Yeah, some really great songs on here. I love the whole album. It's actually like a very beautiful, peaceful, great melodies, but it's got, some like more like rockers on it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great album. We listened to this on CD, obviously, well before we got this record. But I didn't have it on vinyl.
These were the kind of like the discoveries, the things that you don't hear on the radio, and it's like, I actually really enjoyed that. And, it's really interesting. And you can hear Dark Side of the Moon coming. You can hear it. It's obviously,
percolating.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have Blur. Self-titled album from 1997.
Yes. In honor of Oasis getting back together,
we went in the other direction.
Blur records.
Yeah. And it's not like it's a statement. I'm not getting political or anything. But this was the first Blur album that I ever listened to in 97. So it has a very special place in my heart. I do love it. It was fun to find it on vinyl. It's actually like a beautiful package. Like the sleeve is like, I can't describe it to you, but it's not glossy. It's like got some texture.
It's a really deep album. It's actually, there's so many great songs on here. This is a really great record.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it was like the first. Great Escape was the first one that, I feel like a wider American audience had a chance of hearing, but this one was the first that you really, was marketed. And Beetle Bum. I remember seeing Beetle Bum. That's such a fantastic
Beetle Bum
song.
is such a good song. Oh my god.
More XTC Go Plus. More dub versions of XTC.
Yeah, which
Can't wait.
So exciting. Yeah, so we haven't listened to this one yet.
No, I've never listened
found
to
it on vinyl, So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Another reworking dub electronic renderings of XTC songs, which is cool.
No, Andy is a gem.
I wish he did this for every record.
And for everyone else's record.
We had a counterpart for every album to listen to now.
How do you know he hasn't? He just hasn't released it.
Wrap my ears around this one.
Gonna listen to it. We could do a video about some of these.
If you like any of these albums and you want us to talk about them in a standalone video, please leave a comment.
Yeah, and we're demonetizing ourselves slowly, so we're putting songs and putting the music in the video so that it makes more sense.
Yeah, it's easier to talk about the music when you have an example of the music to listen to in your ears. That's the word.
Isn't that amazing?
That's the point.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Beck, Guerolito. So, keeping in the weird remix kind of theme, right, of Go Plus, this is obviously a remix album of Guero. So, I love both. Have heard this.
It is interesting that we, in the video that we did about Andy's first solo record, we mentioned Beck as
the only
one of the only other artists that has done something similar.
This. Right.
And we actually found.
Yeah.
Not that this is like an incredible find.
It's not rare.
No.
But I was happy to find it and nice to have on vinyl. Excited to listen to it. But I do already love it.
Okay. This is something that I wanted to get for a very, very long time, and finally just got it. This is an original 1998 pressing of this, and this is, of course, Jeff Buckley's Sketches from My Sweetheart the Drunk, his, however you want to put it, second album. His posthumous, put together...
Potential second album.
Mom didn't want it. he probably would have not wanted it. Second record.
Tom Verlaine produced.
Yeah. And it's a fascinating album.
It really is.
And this is the album that actually grabbed me as far as Jeff Buckley's concerned. There's so much on here, and it's it's one of those things. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it he would not have wanted released.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm absolutely sure.
I'm almost embarrassed for listening to some of the songs. Although I'm happy to have them, part of me is just like, oh, he wouldn't have liked this.
But the longer things, the more years that pass, and you got so little out of this incredible talent.
That's the thing.
You really, really, I am glad more and more that they did do this.
Yeah.
That they did push this forward as much as,
It's fascinating.
As it stinks in a lot of ways.
It's fascinating.
I don't mean the record. I mean like what they did.
What they did. It's a fascinating album. We can obviously talk about this in a standalone video, but the first disc is the more finished songs. The second disc is full of kind of very early demos and different. It was very rough, some of them. But what's funny is this was a very influential album for me, and his version of Back in New York City actually got me back into listening to Genesis on my own, and I went and I got Lamb Lies Out on Broadway, and there you have it, me and Genesis, lifelong love affair.
As well,
but it really did, like, this sparked it, and it's kind of funny, but that it's great. His originals on the first two sides of the one album are just.
Well, yeah, Vancouver has always been I don't want to say favorite, but just at least one of the most beautiful songs. I mean, most beautiful guitar parts.
Yeah. And, we don't know what he intended. We don't know what he really thought about these versions and how they would have changed if he had continued to work on the album. It's just, one of those things. But I do love it. I love it in this form. And so there you go. Mm-hmm. Those are our most recent vinyl purchases.
Yeah, just a tiny little video, a little short video.
It's teeny. He's so little. Video. We'll do this again as we, spend our money this month. We will show you what we buy next time. Mm-hmm.
And maybe go through our Laserdisc collection, because you keep promising those things in the comments.
I'll do it right now. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think of these albums. If you want us to do a video about any of them, just let us know. Make sure to like this video. Please subscribe to States and Kingdoms. And we'll see you next time. Mm-hmm.